You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick, the mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's
Hey, Bougie Gang, what's going on? What's for lunch, guys? I had 2 hard-boiled eggs, and I'm drinking some coffee. That's what I guess you can call it lunch. I don't know. It's whatever. It was something to eat. Did I just put this up? Okay, Nola Brown, JMM, Coco. Ooh. Ay. Cocoa butter bod. Okay, sis. Okay, I'm not okay, friend. Okay, friend. What's going on, guys? Okay, how's everybody doing? How is everyone doing? 1, 2, 3 first. How's everybody? Okay, guys. Couple things. Phone calls from prison put up a video I'm sure you guys saw it. It was the Sonya calling Nesto out on cosmetics. Like, cosmetics? What do you mean cosmetics? That was hilarious. And when she called Hannah Rondon Hannah Rondu, I was like, you know what? You need to stop talking about Nesto and his pronunciation, his articulation. Because sis, you either can't read or you're just as bad as he is. Okay. Stop talking about that man because your articulation, pronunciation, enunciation is on fuckeriation. Okay. It's on some fuckery. Okay. Anywho, homemade Chipotle bowl. Okay. Someone is having stewed chicken. Wait. Homemade Chipotle bowl, stewed chicken, yum. Going to pick up Little Caesars pizza and breadsticks for me. I feel like I'm hearing me in the background somewhere. Did it stop? Somewhere I'm hearing me. Hold on. Am I on my phone? No. Okay. No. And I don't think so. No, I'm not. Okay. All right. I have some Nesto news update. I need to get some news update music. Okay. Like this just in. Okay. because I'm getting ready to make somebody really mad with a tight suit because I don't know. It's not lunchtime right now. It's not lunchtime. It's not home time. So, sir should be in the office or wherever he does his business. So, don't like, not my problem. Okay. Oops. I meant to do this. Until I get a this just in breaking news. Not that this is super like, oh my God. Okay. No, it's not a So there was an update filed, and it's kind of something interesting because you guys ask about this all the time. This is a very asked about question. Like, when is the trial? When is stuff going on? Is this the trial? Is this like what's going on? When can we expect? Okay. 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 All right. Let me pull this up. Egg salad with lettuce, tomato on toast. Very nice. Yes, we know you're on a liquid diet for the next for a while. I'm assuming. I'm making a assumption, but let's see. Liquid diet, lasagna, egg salad. I'm drinking coffee, vegetable medley with rice. Okay. I made a very good salmon last night. Just a regular slab, one of those long slabs you get from Sam's or uh Sam's or Walmart. And I did some olive oil, so like a little drop, some butter, Badia complete, and I used some lemon pepper. Oh my god. Oh, and lemon first. Lemon first. So good. And I sauteed some spinach in a lot of garlic. It was so good. Um, and that's what I sent my husband for lunch. You've had nothing for lunch. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about this real quick. Not anything major news, but just, an item. An item to keep us caught up, right? Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, and you guys all already know this. Jeffrey is out of jail. Jeffrey Williams. He admitted to a lot of things. I'm sure you guys all saw it. I was listening. What was I doing yesterday? I was listening in the live. Pam had a live. I was listening to the judge, a girl. Adrian Love would not shut up. Okay. She would not shut up. She finally shut up. I died when she said, Judge, I object to Jeffrey doing nolo contendere. Well, I'm gonna allow that. I was like, you know what, Adrian, just have a seat, sis. You're done here. Like, seriously, you're done here. It's on some Glenda the Good Witch to um the Wicked Witch of the West, when Glenda the Good Witch had to tell the Wicked Witch of the West that your powers do not work here. Okay? Go from where you came. Your powers do not work here, sis. Okay? I was like, ma'am, just the man's going home tonight. And I think the judge is ready for this to, like, everyone's ready for this to be over. She's been here, I don't even know how many days. Paige has been on the bench for how long, and she's ready for this to be over. So I guess we'll get some news about the others. What's going to happen with that? Is it going to continue? Like, what's what on that? But very interesting. Um, so we were in the middle of Halloween. I guess that's what I was in the middle of. We were in the middle of Halloween stuff, trying to get Farrah situated. She went to a friend's, all the things. If you heard me this morning, you know what I was doing. But I was listening to that in the midst of all of what was going on here last night. That's what I was listening to. Anyway, and then this dropped, and I was listening to this as we were waiting to pick up Farrah. So we kind of had like a busy parent night last night. So that's what I was doing. I wanted to come back, talk Ray J, but we got the weekend to talk Ray J. Ray J is not going anywhere. And rest assured, Ray J will get into something else. I was laughing at Hazel E giving her version of the story on TMZ. and her telling of how Chris Brown jumped into action and called him a leprechaun. Okay. These people are funny as hell. Yes, we had a nice Halloween. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't celebrate, like, we don't do Halloween like that. I don't have anything against Halloween, but our kid has she's in that period where she's kind of like not into it. Um, but she was into it yesterday. She got into it when her little friend called her to come out, and we were happy. I was happy for her to go out and hang out for an afternoon, for an evening. Because she doesn't, she's at that age where she's still a kid. So to drop her off and to have a good time with a friend was nice. Anyway, so yes, I was listening to Young Thug and him getting himself out of jail and all of the things. Anyway, so let's talk about this real quick. This literally just dropped. So this was filed at 11:47, so it hasn't even been an hour, okay? Um it dropped. I got an alert and I was like, okay, let's talk about it real quick because I'm getting ready to go live, because I got caught up having to pull this out, and then I was reading and seeing what was going on. But anyway, this is from Judge Dunaway's court, and let's talk about it real quick. This is the case. This case is subject to the court standing scheduling order. What is the court's standing scheduling order? Which can be found at this link under the link Standing Order Criminal Case Order. The rules and procedures set forth in the SSO, so kind of like an SOP, if you will govern the prosecution of the case and the conduct of the parties. In addition, the following dates apply to this case. Okay. So I did go look up the standing scheduling criminal case order as Judge Dunaway posted. It's posted here on the Fulton County website on his page. He has a page, and he has a standing scheduling criminal case order. And basically, for those of like corporate America, it's an SOP. So basically, it tells you what to expect and what to do and who to contact and all of the things. So that's what that is. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, these are some of the dates to know. Now, motions, they're going to have a motions hearing. Mark your calendars, guys. Get your phones out. Motions, November 22nd. Fran, does that mean that court's canceled? I don't think so, because it says all motions other than motions in limine. Now, that is, I believe, something, I think that's what they're going to be talking about potentially. I feel like they still have the demurrers. They still have the motion to suppress. So I don't know if they're going to move that all to November 22nd or if they're going to keep that. I don't see the date for November 12th canceled yet. Are you guys seeing this? Okay, good. But all motions other than the motions in limine must be filed by November 22nd. So that's an important date. So I'm sure there's probably still court on the date specified. However, or was that the 7th? Let me check my calendar. I think it's November 7th, right? But all motions, must be filed by November 22nd, 2024. So we have court November 7th. All motions are due by November 22nd. Responses to any motions are due December 6th. All parties are required to file any responses by December 6th. So we kind of know what this means is if there's anything that either the prosecution or the defense has yet to file regarding the case, things they want considered, things they want thrown out, things they want to argue, those are due November 22nd, and the responses need to be filed. So we should be seeing some more motions filed if there are pending items on their, in their, on their, I guess, their case, right? If they feel like there is something else that needs to be filed as it pertains to Nesto's case, it needs to be by November 22nd, right? The responses need to be completed and posted, filed by December 6th. Hearing date. Motions requiring evidentiary hearings will be heard December 18th. So that's a date to note, that motions requiring evidentiary hearings will be heard on December 18th. So it would be safe to say on December 18th, we might be seeing another court date. Courtesy copies of all motions filed must be sent via email to opposing counsel. So don't just file it with the court, but you also need to be sending a courtesy email. So CC of all motions filed must be emailed to opposing counsel. Final plea. This case will appear on the court's January 16th, 2025 final plea calendar. Defendant will receive a separate notice concerning this calendar, so ordered on this first day of November 2024. Okay. So we already know this is, we knew that this was going into 2025, but there is some activity. We know that he's going to court this month. We know he's going to be going to court next month on December 18th. So motions requiring evidentiary hearings will be heard on December 18th. So we're still in pretrial, basically, right? And he'll be going back to court on January 16th. And maybe we will hear about trial starting at that point after the January 16th. And Nesto has turned a ripe old age of, is it 60 now? Okay. Sir will be celebrating another birthday. Okay. And Sir will be turning, or he will be celebrating 60. Okay. All right. And as far as the SOP for standing scheduling criminal case order, it's like I said, it's an SOP. It's basically calendars and hearings. Criminal cases assigned to this division will generally appear on the following calendars: arraignment, case management, motions, final plea / trial. Arraignment may be waived. Waivers must be filed with the clerk of courts and emailed to court litigation manager Tammy Gorman at least 72 hours prior to arraignment day. Bond hearings, probation revocations, we're not doing that. Discovery, defendant no later than 10 days after arraignment shall be written notice. Prosecuting attorney and defendants. Election to have OCGA 1716-1 applied to the defendant's case. The parties shall promptly and correctly comply with the requirements. All discovery, including reciprocal discovery, shall be completed prior to case management conference. Motions for an extension of the deadline shall be submitted in writing. So, they're just giving you all of the refer to this. Don't call and ask. Refer to this first. Maybe if you don't see, then ask, but this should answer most questions. Final plea and trial calendar. Final plea. The defendant's final plea hearing will be concurrent with the first trial calendar. The final plea date is the last opportunity to present a negotiated plea and a non-negotiated plea. Guys, we learned all about negotiated pleas and non-negotiated pleas this week, right? Anybody who was paying attention to YSL, you know what that is. Hello? If you watched yesterday, you should know all about a non-negotiated plea, correct? Final plea date is the last opportunity to present a negotiated plea and a non-negotiated plea, which can then be written at the option of the defendant at the time of sentence pronouncement. We know one thing: Nesto has negotiated many a plea and has copped guilty to many a charge. All of his convictions have been negotiated pleas. Hello? Can I get a witness on that? Do we not know that? Because that was in what? That was in Will Wooten's motion of intrinsic evidence. Okay? Look at us learning Fulton County procedure. Okay? Reductions in charges will be handled by the court on a case by case basis and may either be allowed or disallowed. Negotiated pleas will not be accepted after the fun. So, can someone who gets a plea all of a sudden say, oops, I really probably should have taken that? Can I take the plea now? Let's listen on page 4 or 5 at the bottom. And I shall read: negotiated pleas will not be accepted after the final plea date, absent good cause shown and further order of this court. The final plea date shall be reset absent good cause shown an express order of the court. Trial calendar, case not disposed in the final plea, are subject to being called in for trial upon 2-hour notice. Notice will be provided by email to counsel of record. Trial calendars run for as many weeks as necessary to reach all cases. Once a case is called in for trial for the set date. So he's going in for the calendar starting January 6th. So this is what we know. This trial calendar period, Nesto is going to have his day in court. Okay. So what they said was on that memo was that this case will appear on the court's January 16th final plea calendar. Defendant will receive separate notice concerning this calendar. Okay. So it's quite possible during that trial period starting in January that Nesto will hear his case will go. Court, okay, so cases not disposed at final plea are subject to being called in for trial upon 2-hour notice. Notice will be provided by email to counsel of record. Trial calendars run for as many weeks as necessary to reach all cases. Once a case is called in for trial for a set date, as opposed to a call for trial calendar, the parties are required to file with the clerk of courts, serve on opposing counsel, and submit an email to litigation manager Gorman by 4 p.m. the business day before the first day of trial. Voir dire questions, which is the questions that they, when they're doing jury selection, voir dire questions, motions in limine, and proposed jury change or jury charges. Clothing for incarcerated clients should be delivered by to courtroom. Sonya, this one's for you, boo. Sonya, clothing for incarcerated clients should be delivered to courtroom F, as in fuckery. Courtroom 4F by 4 p.m. the business day before the first day of trial. Attorneys should contact Judicial Assistant Betty Daniels, not the investigator, not the lawyer, but the lawyer, the attorney, Roberto, should contact Judicial Assistant Betty, not side hen, not Doug. It's Miss Betty Daniels. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. And arrange delivery of the client's clothing. Okay. All right. Are we good? Did we learn some things today, right? Nesto's going to be going to court very soon. Sometime maybe we don't know if it's going to be January, February, March. Like we don't know what the lineup is going to be, but I would expect first quarter 2025 we going to be hearing some things. Okay. 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 How's everybody doing? If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are getting caught up on the state of Georgia versus the alleged accused scammer Ernest Williams. He has been accused of many a scam type activity by way of Rico, by way of Fonnie T. Everyone can get it. Willis in Fulton County. He is accused of many a egregious act, and things are getting in motion. So that's what I got so far. So if you have not hit the like button yet, please do so. It is a free way to support this channel. Now, let's get into it, guys. Phone calls from prison, a YouTube channel we love to watch, dropped a video yesterday with some very fun clips that I would love to talk to you guys about. I'm going to drop the link, but it is in all my friends on Facebook. It's in the description box. Is it Michonne and Jasmine? Welcome, 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 Facebook friends. Okay, it's 4F as in funny, as in Francoise, as in felony. Okay, it's F for felony. Okay, and fuckery. Okay, yes. So phone calls from prison gave us a update yesterday of some interesting calls where Nesto is talking his case again. He just won't stop. He's on some can't stop, won't stop, right? Let's get into it, guys. But it was the Hannah Rondu. You guys type in the comments for me what was the funniest thing for you. If you're on the replay, hit the timestamp so we can all go back and laugh. It was the Hannah Rondu. It was the what's your books doing? And he said I had to purchase some cosmetics and check my IG inbox. Do I need to check it now? Is it or I can check it later? And it was the ponytails. It was the procurement of ponytails. All right, let's see. Let me see. All right, I'm stopping. What? Okay. Um. Okay. See. Oh, is that your baby? Stop it. Did you dress? It's dressed my dog up like Sonya for Halloween. I was like, wait a second. Why does why does 504's dog have a I'd have to I'm gonna pull it. Do you mind if I show? Can I show the baby with the purse, with a Michael Kors purse and a Renaissance jacket and a mom did her best ponytail? Okay. All right, we'll do it before we hang up. Also, guys, if you watch the video from yesterday and don't let's be kind because some people are out of money. So maybe show your support in the comments. But there were a couple of people who were clients of Ladies in Luggage. We have a couple of Bougie gang who stepped up in the comments to tell us that they were ladies and luggage, excuse me. So show some support. You know, there's always going to be someone when people see someone with some coins, there's always going to be somebody out here who wants to take our good coin. Okay? It's unfortunate. But booking a trip, there's no fault in that, right? And we want to support our good sis's businesses, right? And unfortunately, there's just people out here that take it. If this boy and this girl, hold on a second, they're getting ready to lose their shit again because the mailman's here. It's packages all day, right? So So show some support, guys. Because some of these people are out of coin, and all they were really doing was booking a trip on a established, like anyone booking tomorrow, like that would probably be like, okay, maybe they hadn't heard, but some of these people had established relationships with ladies and luggage and had gone on trips previously. And it's unfortunate. And I know how I would feel if I lost money. So, anyway, there were a couple people in the comments who stepped up and thanked us for bringing some awareness to this topic. And I was doing some research last night. So, this won't be the last story. We'll stay on this. And actually, girl, Woods is listening, baby. You got a client that maybe in Fulton County, and I look, they um white collar crimes and the police may have been contacted. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Because you know what, people can't be out here stealing our sisters' coins. Okay, they cannot. Oh my God, I cannot be great today. Jesus, it sounds like I'm at the kennel. Um, But sometimes on the playback, it doesn't sound as loud as it really is for me, but because the microphone will drown out some of the noise. But anyway, yeah. So send some positive thoughts to our sisters out here who are having to deal with this nonsense, because being scammed is not cute at all. And I feel bad for these ladies because there is nothing worse. I feel like it's getting scammed is awful, but just imagine planning a vacation and right before your vacation you find out that you're not only is your trip canceled. That sucks. But also you got scammed. That's the worst. That's the worst. Okay. Portia, Lambo, everybody can hear you guys. Can you guys stop? Lambo literally walked around and was like, "Oh, okay." Okay. Girl, bougie kennels, never, but yes and no. So many scammers where at least yeah, I honestly would be very hurt. So I feel bad for these ladies, and we're gonna stay on this story until okay. Um so anyway, okay, let's get into the call and then maybe I can calm these guys down. Maybe they want to go back outside. So let me get the call started. And oh, Portia Lambo, Coco says hi. Okay. All the bougie gang says hi and sit your ass down. Okay. All right, let's get into it. I think that's my update for today. Um, so there we go. Okay, let's get into it.
My biggest thing is
Oh God.
talking to your attorney and putting some.
Can I just say the way, like, if just imagine if I was like, okay, guys, the biggest thing is talking to your attorney and oh, oh God. So what's on your books? Like the way she's talking in some of these calls is so annoying to me. I can't take it when she's like, she sounds so crusty. Yes.
Some stuff in here for you. Make
It's
him
like
do what you
she's
need to do.
trying to
Well,
sound.
maybe you need to try to call him some kind of way today, because
I'm going to call him today.
you did?
No, I am going to call him today.
Yeah, because all that other stuff got to be put to the side. Right now, I'm going on 2 years right now. I'm going on 2 years.
He's so silly. He was
No,
not
just saying.
near the 2 year mark, but I get you. No, I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
I know. And you get restless in there and you get annoyed and your anxiety kick in. And
yeah,
I understand.
I mean, he made me feel
You're going to go through everything almost damn near every day. You're going through it. You shouldn't be there at all.
I felt good when he came. I felt good for that moment. Yes, I did. Because I was thinking all type of shit was going on.
Let me tell you something. Not to say that they're going to negotiate with him, and not to say that they would accept a non-negotiated plea. However, let's just take a stroll down what if alley, right? Because far be it for me to put out misinformation. Okay. Let's just say, based on what we saw yesterday, murder case, drug case, all kinds of whatever. I mean, the probation is going to be so long. If they cut a deal with him, let's just say they decided to just say, you know what? We going to give him, he got 50 years. We going to give him 5 years credit to time, like something similar. Let's just say, I'm just going to repeat what I heard yesterday, like this many years, this much a credit. But you are on probation for like 15 years, literally till he's 75. So don't even jaywalk. Okay. Because you're going to violate and then you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life. I don't think he could make it. He has not, in my opinion, based on his record, we have not even seen this man report to anybody's clock in on the job. And the type of money he's used to making, and I'm not talking amount, I'm just talking about hand to mouth, hustling type situation. First of all, who's going to back him to invest in him if he wanted to start a barbershop? He doesn't even have a license. So if he were to like, oh, I'm going to start another business, who's investing in him? All his friends have checked out. He's 60 years old. He probably he would not have any credit. He has no way of funding. I'm saying what if. So let's walk down what if, right? He's not. And then, okay. So that being said, I'm talking about the RICO. Okay. We also have to factor in Sir has sexual assault and child pornography. So is he getting out? More than likely, they're not going to negotiate with him on just the strength of, so let's just say he got some sort of a deal. At the end of the day, he still has pending charges. So he could still have a deal for this case. He's still not going to go anywhere because he's got the other 2 cases. So factoring that in, it doesn't mean he can't get a deal, but it doesn't supersede, because like we saw yesterday, there's someone who got a deal, but he still has a life sentence, right? So it doesn't supersede anything. It's just, if he were to get out from the murder case, I'm talking about one of the defendants yesterday in YSL, he's already got everything cleared from the YSL portion, right? So if Nesto got a plea deal, he still has the SA and the child pornography, the C, what is it called? CSAM charges, right? Yeah, he's stuck. He's basically painted himself into a corner. I do think that maybe they do feel like he has been enough of a menace and has proven himself through multiple petty crimes that they just don't want to deal with him anymore. Okay. Shout out to Nyla. Yes. The unlicensed cosmetician. Okay, so beautician, cosmetician. Fonnie already said she wants to go for the maximum with him. Absolutely. Look, it was a suppose. Okay. All right. I don't think he's going to get anything because we're getting far enough to a trial date or trial period. But at the end of the day, it's unfortunate for him because he has painted himself into a corner, and sometimes all the petty behavior is going to have you dealt with, where they're just kind of like, we just want this guy off the streets. So
The
we'll
moment has
see.
passed, and now you're going back.
What you say?
I said the moment has passed, and now you're going back.
Yeah, because it's getting close. Because he said if they don't if you don't feel like they're gonna represent you right, let him know. So
And that was nice of him to say that.
Yeah, it was. It
Because he
was.
had to say shit.
Yeah,
He
it
could have just stayed in
was.
the lane of, well, I'm only here for this.
Yeah, that's what
You know?
he said. He said if I gotta step on in and go all the way with it, fuck it.
I don't know how he thinks he's innocent, other than I actually think this is what I think. I think that he doesn't think there's anything wrong with what he did. Is there a difference with that? Innocent is like, I didn't do anything wrong. I think he knows that he was out here playing with people, but maybe he didn't think that there was anything wrong with that, versus innocent, as in, I didn't have anything to do with these people. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. um I didn't have anything to do with that. That's, come on now. Now, it's almost like Kiki Wyatt standing in the jewelry store arguing about that damn Folex. It's like, sis, you don't know that that's fake. And it's like, look, Nesto, you don't think it's wrong to take someone's money and not follow through? Daisha, you don't think it's wrong to take $11,000 and promise someone a luxurious trip and book them on a budget airline in some wackadoodle bad seats and put them up in a damn subpar Airbnb or something? Meanwhile, you promised them a luxury brand new hotel
He said it
resort.
just like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. So my
That's a
mind is,
problem.
he got to go get that. He got to go get that property. And he
Yeah, Sonya is definitely a pick me ass chick, and she's made everything that he did okay. And he made it also like someone else's fault. Yeah, she makes it seem like someone can't be, if you are quote unquote in a relationship with someone, let's say. I mean, in this call, did you get the idea? Did you get the notion that Nesto, like, we knew that he had something going on with the young lady, right? The lady who was barely 20 years old or in her young 20s, and this man is in his 50s at the time he was seeing her. Like, she talks about them having some sort of relationship like it's nothing. Now, I know her daughter dates older men, but this is crazy. Even if the girl was dating him, you can have relationship violence. And I mean, I don't have to tell you guys this. You guys know and understand. I mean, you can be in a relationship with someone and be violated. So, Sonya, whatever you're going to do, that's not necessarily what this lady did. And you never know what he's holding over her. He could be threatening her with pictures. He could be threatening her with situations. She could be indebted to him through her wretched family. They could have trafficked her to him. We don't know what happened. So, to make the excuse that it doesn't seem right that he could have violated her, and why would she continue to talk to him or be in a relationship with him? Ask all of the people today. Like, there's people who are going through that right now. That's a very real set of circumstances, that people are in relationship with people who have physically abused them, violated them, all of those things. So she doesn't seem to understand that, even though she states that she has been a victim of domestic violence. She wants people to understand her version of domestic violence, but she doesn't have any compassion for other people and what they've gone through. And because she hadn't heard of it, therefore, and she likes this ninja, they're lying, or
It'd be
it's
good.
civil. It's civil.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So you know what I'm talking
You gotta
about?
work for it, and then you can be getting good. That's how I look at it. I don't want to give it to
I
you at
got
first.
that
And
part.
then,
I got, but you
yeah,
got that's a lot of work
I
to
know
do
what
that.
you're saying.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's fine.
I got
But
that
it's
part.
fair to get
But
because
it's
your freedom is more important than anything.
right, but that's guaranteed though. You know, that's guaranteed you're gonna get yours. Everybody gonna be
Oh
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, but I
yeah.
mean, yeah, he knows the case. He's familiar with what's going on. But right now, I don't even feel safe right now with that. That to me, that's like a 5 minute drill. Yes, no, get out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. That's exactly what it is. I mean, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you can look how long, but one thing is that he said that good judge, but judge gonna see if it makes sense, if the case sound like it's solid, then they're gonna give you a higher bond. If it sound like it's weak, she gonna give you a low bond. That's exactly what he said. If it sound weak,
Me personally, if I were Shirley's friend, I would say I would tell her not to. I'll listen so you don't have to. I'll get the keys. She really shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's a joke and hee for us, but she dealt with this man for over 10 years and he basically dragged her. I would advise her strongly if I were like Debbie or Mississippi Monica, someone who actually really cares about her friend Tasha. I would tell her don't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one thing for people who not in, but it's not that she could get sucked back in. It's just not for you at this moment. Why hurt yourself more? I think that would continue. That would be some further psychosis on her part. I think she is done. I think she thinks better of herself. She's not going, that's some self harm sitting and listening to this nonsense. If the people around you are listening just to kind of have your back and collect information for you to know, kind of like if you need to know something, I'll let you know type thing, or oh, this happened, this was funny, I'm gonna play this for you or whatever. But yeah, no, I think she should stay as far away from this as possible. It's not, she's done. You know what I mean? Like legally you're done. You're actually going to court. I mean, she's at least on the witness list. I would just leave it alone. You know what I mean? I would just leave it all the way alone. And if the people that love me feel like they need to tell me something, then I would let them, if they felt I really needed to know. Other than that, I wouldn't even want to know what's going on with him anymore. And I think as the people around her see that she's healed, they're probably listening less too, you know. Maybe as the trial is coming up, you know, maybe a little bit, but I would, my, if she were my friend, I would tell her don't listen. It's not good for you.
you're gonna get you a low bond. If you get sound heavy, you're gonna get a higher bond. That's exactly what he said. That's fair. That's her fairness. She ain't like the other lady. She gonna sit down and read the warrant and everything. Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was thinking while you was talking.
Damn, that's the first time in a long time that you let me have a whole 3 second segment.
Damn.
All right, I love
You let me get a word
That's
in.
Your
it.
ass don't feel to sleep. Your ass don't feel asleep on my ass over there.
No, I'm not sleepy. My hair hurt a little bit, but I'm not
Oh shit, we
sleepy.
don't need that happening right now. Damn, we don't need that.
No, that's fine. I have nothing to do today. So if I get a headache today, it's fine. No, that's fine. I was just really thinking about while she was talking. I was thinking,
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that. So he said if it sound weak,
oh, forget you. I always cut you off. Shut up. Go ahead, though.
but that's what the warrant sound weak. But that I'm gonna do something to you. That shit is that's some crazy. That's like violence to me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, all that don't hold no goddamn water because you don't have you about to be 60 in a very short time, and you don't have any type of violent history
Oh
or
man,
violent conviction. So it don't even
yes
make
I do.
sense to sit there and say
Hold on. I do have one back in.
the aggravated robbery or armed robbery.
Yeah, that is violence.
That's violence too, because you were armed, but that's not violence to say that you whooped somebody's ass.
No,
Well, you don't have to whoop someone's ass. They could have said that they weren't going to give you what you came to get and you shot them. I mean, it's not just robbing somebody with a note. You're robbing, if you walk into a bank and you put your hand in your pocket and pretend that you have a gun and the person thinks you have a gun and they are threatened based on your motion of making it seem like you have something in your pocket, that's still an aggravated armed robbery, because how the person is operating under the assumption that they could be killed by a weapon, a killing weapon, by a gun. You may not have a gun, but you gesture like you have a gun. Like, she's crazy. How do you not think armed robbery is not aggravated or dangerous or violent? People get killed from armed robberies all the time.
Oh, I ain't got none of that. No, I don't have nothing.
No, it just means you rob somebody with a weapon. That's all that means.
Right.
She's so
aggravated
stupid.
and armed, and then on top of it's violent in a sense, but it's not violent. That's all. It just means you rob somebody with
Right.
force. And force could be a weapon, that you brought a weapon to the party. And that doesn't necessarily mean violence, because you could have had it, but you didn't use it. Now, if somebody was injured behind it, hospitalized or murdered, then you could say, yes, a violent offender.
Yeah, you know what? Because that's not on the 7 deadly sins. No, it's not. It's just not.
I'm trying to tell you.
What'd you say?
I said, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have a co-defendant in that one?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
So, no, I mean, just because it was aggravated and you brought a weapon, I mean, you didn't use it. You could have used it, but you didn't use it. So, in that case, it's a bluff. When a person actually uses the weapon, then they're a violent offender. But you could bring a weapon as a bluff. It could have been empty.
You know what's ugly?
Even if you bring a fake gun, they charge you with using a gun, and it could have been a rubber fucking gun. So,
Okay.
Because I saw a dude here talking about he was just playing, and they were charged with armed robbery.
yeah, they charge you with real
Still
guns.
gonna get
People
your
don't know
20
that, but that's
years.
true.
Yeah.
And they should.
You know how many, look, someone comes up to you, they try to rob you, you think they have a gun, and you have a heart attack and die. Guess what that is now? Guess what that can be? That can be a murder charge. Or it can be some sort of like a felony, maybe not a manslaughter, maybe a manslaughter, but it can be in the commission of a felony that a death occurred as a result, and it won't be an assault. We'll have to look it up, but it's when there is a felony, when there is a death that occurs because of like a felony robbery, that will increase your charges exponentially. Okay. Like playing around saying that you have a gun in the commission of a robbery is not like, oh, I'm playing around, or I didn't mean to, or I didn't have a gun. It will be treated the exact same way. Second degree, it's gonna be bad.
Should be intimidation, but it damn sure shouldn't be.
Sonya thinks everything is civil, and if it's Nesto, nothing counts. Okay, aggravated murder. Let me tell you something. If it's for Nesto and it's Sonya factored in, it's nothing. What are you talking about? He's innocent. He didn't do anything. He's a prince. He's a king.
What you would get when you use a real weapon.
He's the best guy ever.
Charge, but damn sure shouldn't be.
It is murder. Yeah. I mean, if something happens, not just like it could be they were trying to get away and they bumped their head. It could be anything. It could be a medical condition like a heart attack. It could be they sped off and ran into a tree. It could be anything that happened to that person and it results in a death. It was the fact that you had a hand in the next actions that resulted in that person dying, which wouldn't have happened had you not interacted with that individual, and you will have a murder case.
A gun charge.
So
because it's fake.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna switch it over. So
So
tell me,
go up into an establishment with your finger in your pocket and play with these people and see what
And
happens.
my mind all out to them. Hibernation from my fucking law days from when I used to do criminal law.
But when she used to do criminal law, girl, would you have a seat? You were answering phones at the law office, maybe.
hey,
Everything's coming forward.
She's
I'm
not
like,
even a certified
enjoyment.
licensed paralegal.
oh, okay, that's good. It's coming back to you. I told your ass ain't.
I mean, I love criminal law. That was the
You
favorite
ain't
one.
old yet. Your ass ain't old
If you
yet.
loved
I
it so
tell you.
much, you should have
You know
gone to
what?
the community college
you
and
your
got
makeup
your
better than the
associate's
ones who
degree.
be doing them tattoo eyebrows and all that other shit. That shit be looking fake and shit. Your shit be looking natural as a motherfucker. You get your colors right and everything. I'm gonna tell you that. Never told you that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
She has a license to nag.
The little that I put on,
But
yeah.
I'm glad you're holding together. You're holding together now. Only picture I didn't like is the one you sent me. Your son had took her. You had that ugly frown on your face, like, get the fuck out of my face. You had one of them frowns.
Hey, what picture is this? What am I wearing?
That ugly ass curtain dress. I hate that.
That ugly ass curtain
That one with
dress.
them ruffle shits.
Oh, the white and the gray?
Yeah, man, I don't like that shit on you right now. That
Okay,
right there.
first of all, my son didn't take it. I took the picture because I have it on the timer.
You told me he took it.
No, he didn't take that. He
He's
took the
so
one with the
fascinated
plaid
by those
shirt
damn
and jeans
pictures.
on. He took
Yeah,
those.
that's a good one. That's a good one. But that other one, the one that you, I didn't lay it out.
Yeah, he didn't take.
He wants you in something tight. He wants to see your boobs. He wants to see your little thighs. He wants to see that cleavage. And he wants to
Yeah,
see
I
the
took that.
middle. He wants to see you in pants so he can think about the middle.
I took all the ones, but he took those. The one with the plaid shirt. When I went to visit you, he took those because I was at his house afterwards.
Hey, son, can you take a picture of me for my jail boyfriend, please?
He took those pictures.
Okay, because you look like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go meet your mama right now. Damn, your mama got a.
Yeah, he said curtain dress. I'm sitting here like, what curtain dress? Oh yeah, the parachute pant dress.
Oh,
skirt.
no, they ain't pants. I don't know what them shits is.
No, that's what the fabric is of they mock them after the parachute pants and they call them a parachute skirt.
Oh, okay.
Remember parachute pants back in the 80s?
I remember them shits.
Yeah, they brought them back.
And all that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, brought them back. Yeah,
I remember that.
they brought them back.
She has so much ugly, trendy clothes.
That's fine. That's fine. You got some weight behind your punch, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know your character with that brain you got, so I'm kind of scared of you now.
Thank you. Did you get all in the mouth?
Yeah, I'm scared of you right now.
Thank you and your nice lips. You got some nice lips.
Oh, okay. You got nice lips too. You got some woo lips. You got some come on.
She got some come on.
Lips.
She got some
You
shama.
know what you got.
Shama.
Yeah, you good. You're all right. You're all right with
me.
You
know what to do come Monday, so you'll be okay. You'll continue. That's all. I wish I had time to send it to you.
You said what now?
But you just ask for a continuance. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
She keeps telling him what to do, and it's like you don't even know what to do.
Okay.
Yeah. They cannot make you go forward with the hearing. No. We are not prepared. I have had no meetings with counsel on this matter. I need a continuance. We not go forward, and that's what you do.
Okay.
So she's telling him to ask for a continuance in court. So she's telling him, as he's showing up with a lawyer, to speak over the lawyer and ask for a continuance and tell the judge that he hasn't met with the lawyer. So you want to snitch on your lawyer, that you haven't met with the lawyer, and that you need a continuance. So you are telling him to prolong the process and also step out of turn with your lawyer. And you're not pro se. So the judge is going to probably tell you kindly to shut up. Like, sir, we're not hearing from you right now. Okay. and it's going to further fracture. Like, no wonder Nesto has no relationships with these lawyers, because she keeps giving him advice and he thinks she knows what she's talking about, and she's giving him horrible advice. Just to like think that out, what she's telling him to do based on what we've seen in court and how that would actually look. Did we not see the other day? What was the time? So that day that Roberto was lying about everybody in the courtroom, and he lied on everybody. He lied on every single blogger on the YouTube streets and the journalists, right? He said something about our journalist friend, right? The journalist wanted to say, he said, Your Honor, can I? And he said, no, we're not hearing from you right now. They have a very specific order and protocol in the court. The judge was not trying to hear a word. Okay. She's over here, and it wasn't Eric Dunaway at this moment, but do you imagine with Judge Esmond Adams, any of these judges, if Nesto would have followed her advice? And she's telling him to speak up, out of turn, and he has representation. You don't get to talk. That's what you have the lawyer for. If he's pro se, then the judge is addressing you, as in you, the individual, but you have representation there. You don't speak unless they speak to you directly. Did we see Jeffrey talk yesterday? He didn't talk until the judge addressed him and he got his opportunity to speak. But his lawyer was speaking for him, right? She's an idiot. She is a complete idiot, guys.
Not go to court. You go to court and ask for the continuance. Don't stand in the back. I'm thinking what they'll say is, oh, he refused to come out and we're going to waive it. You don't want that.
She's trying to get him thrown up under the jail.
You go in.
I know who it is. Yeah, I know.
You go in, and whoever it is that is standing by you, you tell them to ask for a continuance. There's no way we're going forward, and you had no type of conversation with me about this case. There's nothing on record. I have no written statement of record on this matter. You do not know enough information to represent me properly.
Yeah, I got it.
Meanwhile, she's going to be the first one to say and tell them you want a speedy trial. So you're going to advise him to file continuances, but then in the next breath, which I'm not saying she is in these next calls, but we've heard her say it a million times, ask for a speedy trial, ask for a speedy trial. Meanwhile, you're telling him that he needs to speak over his lawyers and ask for continuances. She's stupid. She's very dumb.
Got that part. I read it. I'm on all that.
That doesn't even make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all that. I'm all that because I don't have nothing going on. I don't know.
Did he say I'm all that?
Like that. This right here.
Mm-mm.
That's violence. That's violence.
They haven't had time to act on your behalf anyway, because what they need to do is have a conversation. I mean, they got questions for the police as far as, how extensive was their investigation and what all did they do to sit there and try to throw this complaint out there formally. They investigate, they look at the character of the person who made these accusations, because it's not like, it happened last week and she went in the next day and she got pictures and rape kits and all this type of stuff to sit there and support what she's saying. You're talking about something that this shit she crying happened 3, 4, 5 years ago to a person she didn't even live with. And she wasn't even a minor at the time. So all that doesn't even make sense or hold water just on that alone.
No, it don't make sense. It don't. But
and then to still be riding around in the car with this dude a month before he went to jail on this case that he's in jail on now. So that sounds like it's an ongoing relationship with a girlfriend, and somehow, she mad about something and saying this shit, which is common.
I think
this is what I want to know. Like this, so 2019, and this is 2023 at the time. So Nesto's like 58 at this moment, right? 58, I don't know, whatever he was, 50 something. And if 2019, 4 years prior, he still would have been well into his 50s, and the girl was like 19, 20 years old. What are you doing? Sonya is speaking on this like she knows what she's talking about. And Sonya's over here talking about you were in a relationship with her. What in the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to hear her talking about this, it just kind of glazes over the fact that you're married and you're married. I'm talking about you got two wife situation. You have all these women that he is sexing. He's in all of these weird relationships with a bunch of women that all include money. And Sonya is sitting there talking about it, saying it's civil. He's into one lady for a shitload of money. He's into money with a teacher who didn't have like who I don't know what her situation was with Nesto, whether she liked him like that or not. She trusted him like that or not. And then a young lady who is barely legal, and this is a 50-plus-year-old man with a prominent wife. And then he's running around with everybody and their auntie. Like, what is really going on with this guy? It's absolutely disgusting. And Sonya thinks that this is the idea of a boyfriend. This is your friend. This is, I miss you, boo. This is who you're sitting here talking about. I miss you, boo. Really? A man with all these women, and every woman that he is with, it gets worse and worse and worse and sounds more and more crazy.
It was a mad situation. I think that they set her up some kind of way. That's what I see. Somebody
Or twisted her words to make it seem like this, because they do that too.
Yeah,
Because they're looking for a case.
Yeah,
Okay, so they twisted her words. Okay. So they twisted her words, and what they convinced the lady to think that him taking her $191,000 was a crime. So they convinced that the teacher didn't want to pay the bill after she let Nesto use this is according to Sonya. The teacher doesn't want to pay the credit card bill that she let Nesto take. The young lady is got to be out of her mind because she was in a relationship with a man who's damn 30 plus years older than her, who violates her on several occasions. Okay. And the real estate agent lady, who is out of almost $200,000, needs to suck it up because business deals fall through. And what Shirley is a bad wife because she's not standing by the man who is fucking everybody in town and sitting and talking to some weird bitch with bad ponytails on the phone. Are you kidding me?
So let's turn this incident into this. You sure it was that? Huh? What are you talking?
Oh, and I forgot. Travels around town with Liquid V, masks with zippers, and dildos. Okay, let's not forget that.
Well, you sure?
Yeah.
Ain't no telling. She crazy. They think she crazy.
Last thing, Rolls Royce on the repossession list.
And she talks shit and she's full of shit. So that's what the streets are saying. I don't know personally. I don't know.
I don't know how you're gonna reach out to old boy. I don't know how you're gonna do it. I just don't know how you're gonna do it.
I'm gonna see if we he going to go to court. But again, if she don't show up today,
he must have poured like 2-3 bottles of wine down her throat. I don't know how. That Liquid V, he played around with those masks on. Sis, she might have got turned out in a certain type of way. I don't know. He might have some pictures of her. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what Nesto has on these people. The one thing I learned from watching that trial last week is that the prosecution's not going to tell you everything they have until they get into the court. He might have photos or information on some of these people that they would be embarrassed for the public to find out. He might have had people posing in outfits or taking pictures while they were intimate. You just never know what he had, and they're not gonna tell us everything. Because I, like last week, watching the trial, one of the prosecutors said to the defense attorney, okay, if you want to play that game, we can play that game. And he was like, you want to introduce that? I'm going to introduce this. So trust me, these prosecutors have evidence up their sleeve and they will pull it out if they need to, because they're also banking on the fact that maybe some of these defense attorneys are not looking at every bit of evidence. If Tight Suit is over here sending motions to suppress on evidence that's not even listed, it would, just like Will Wooten said, why don't you pay attention to like the 113 gigabytes that I sent you and the damn thousands of freaking files and this, that, and the third. Like, why don't you worry about the matter at hand rather than trying to pull shit out your ass? Okay. So we don't know what they have, but for what he thinks that they have, he's worried about the wrong things as usual, right?
You're gonna have to continue it anyway.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, clip 2, guys. Clip 2.
You got out that bed yet? Hello?
Girl, she's having naps and snacks.
Hello?
I'm
Hello.
sorry. I'm sorry. The mute was on. I'm in the
Hello.
car. You gotta tell me because I can mute it sometimes in order for them to hear the zero. Sometimes they don't take the zero.
Oh, okay.
When I'm accepting a call, sometimes I hit mute so that they can hear it.
I bet you that phone got a lot of stuff in it. I guarantee you that phone is going to be a mess. Okay. That phone is going to tell everything, the searches, the pictures, the files, the everything. That phone, those phones are going to tell a lot of information about what Nesto got going on. When they go to his Instagram to see who he's been talking to, what I think that probably was his main social media, it's going to tell a lot.
The first time it didn't work. But I spoke to I called your attorney, he didn't answer. I texted him, call me. So the phone rang like 7 times.
Hey,
so
Brown
I'm
Eye.
not blocked. Because it would have went straight to voicemail if I was blocked. So he didn't answer and I told him to call me. But I spoke to my attorney and he's been a criminal
Hey,
attorney.
sis, how are you?
A good
Welcome to everybody coming in. You're right on time. You're not late. You're right on time. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure to subscribe, set your notifications. Slide the bar back to the beginning. We got some information about pending and upcoming court dates and protocol and all of those things. We are listening to some jail calls as it pertains to the person we talked to at the beginning, Mr. Ernest Williams, the ex-husband of Shirley Strawberry from the Steve Harvey morning show, his wretched behind. He is talking to his quote unquote friend / side piece / side hen / chick he was screwing before he got arrested, amongst other females. Okay.
30 years. How old am I? How old is Sydney? 35. Sydney was 3 when I met him.
Oh, wait.
He's been a criminal attorney almost 40 years. He used to be a prosecutor. But I was going over your case. He was like, does he have a lawyer? I was like, yeah, actually. He was like, that's not probable cause. I was like, I didn't think it was. He was like, that's not a crime. So it has to be a crime in order to get probable cause or a hint.
Well, but you know what? I don't think. Thank you, Brown Eyed Girl. I appreciate it. Let me drop some coins on you guys. Let me just say this. So her story is she was talking to a defense attorney and she told him whatever, and he says that's not probable cause. But at the end of the day, can we trust that Sonya told him what he needed to hear to actually make a valid assessment? Because at the end of the day, she's not a reliable narrator. She lies. She wants anyone to say Nesto is guilty. And if you're not on the Nesto innocent or the free Nesto train, you are some sort of, you're like a bad person.
Of a crime, like when somebody said they smell weed in your car, that gives them probable cause to search the car. You get me? Because weed is illegal. So, so they didn't never have probable cause. So their whole probable cause is out the window, which means anything that they got from that warrant based on that probable cause is invalid.
So you're saying all
Hold
charges?
on.
Based on that probable cause is out the window. So they didn't never have probable cause. That gives them or a hint of a crime. Like when somebody said they smell weed in your car, that gives them probable cause to search the car. You get me? Because weed is illegal. So, so they didn't never have probable cause. So their whole probable cause is out the window, which means anything that they got from that warrant based on that probable cause is invalid.
So you're saying all
Anything they got from that warrant is not probable cause. Look, she's dumb. That's number one. She's ridiculous. So they're still going with this scenario. We read it in the text messages, even in 2024. They are still caught up with the day he got arrested. They're still caught up with the day he got arrested and the facts surrounding his arrest, and that they're concerned about something in that vehicle. That's what it says to me. There's something in that vehicle that has him shook up, and maybe it is the blood oath. Okay, maybe it is the paper that was signed with the blood on it. I'm not really sure. That could be the one piece. I mean, like thinking, okay, the dildos, da 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 da, whatever. Maybe it was the piece of paper that they found with the blood sample on it. Okay, but once again, that doesn't have anything to do with the RICO. Now, at this point in time, they don't know that the RICO is coming. What? This is July of 23. The RICO came in April of 24. So they wouldn't know that the RICO is coming and what the RICO is going to be based on, even though the attorneys on the financial crimes had been talking about a RICO for a long time. They're so stuck on the day he got arrested, and they're not thinking of it. Like, I don't know, they are lumping everything together, but it's very specifically the financial crimes, it's the sexual assault crimes, and then it's the pictures that were found in the computer.
charges? Is that what you're saying?
Anything that they got from that search warrant
Right.
is invalid, meaning the pornography.
I understand.
Okay, but they're so stuck on that. That's not even the first case that came up. So the pornography is still pending.
I understand. I got
Yeah. The other stuff was statements from people.
Okay. I
So
got
that's something different. But again, like I said, all of that other stuff minus that situation with that girl with the rape is all civil. All of that stuff's supposed to be civil. It's not supposed to be criminal. Everything you did with those other, or they said that you did with those other people, all of those claims that they have, are supposed to be civil, not criminal.
I mean, I don't know what the stipulations are. Ernest likes to say that wasn't his vehicle. That car was registered to Shirley Strawberry. Maybe they felt like they had a right to search the car because when he was arrested, he was in a vehicle that was not registered to him, and they had the right to go through it. I don't know. I guess we will find that out when they argue, if they even argue the case. But according to Will Wooten and the state's response to the motion to suppress, he feels like it needs to be denied just on face because they're not even introducing any evidence from that search. So it's almost like a moot point at this point, to even argue it. And it's a waste of time because nothing of his case has to do with anything that came from that vehicle search. That's number one. So they're really, it's funny to hear this for over a year ago that they're still trying to fight that particular situation when that shouldn't even be the first order of business at this point. But this has been on his mind for a long time, that there's something that they found in that car that they want thrown out. I mean, one could be the child pornography, two could be the piece of paper with the blood on it from the girl. Um, we don't know if those sex toys got DNA tests. I mean, my God, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, but
The stuff
okay.
now, the stuff with that conspiracy with that girl, that's a conversation you got to have with listening, because if you was under the impression that she was an actual attorney for real, then that falls back on her, and that doesn't make you guilty of the shit. Because if you really felt honestly but don't respond,
Okay, so if he felt like she was a real attorney for real, right? Is that how she said it? That he thought she was a real attorney for real? Did you pay a real fee?
you was under the impression that she was an actual attorney for real, then
Oh, so you were under the impression she was an actual attorney for real. Did you ever go to her office? Did you ever cut her a check? Did you pay her a retainer? Did you have a contract for services? So you were under the impression she was a real attorney. How did you how can you reconcile that she was a real attorney when she went by Erica Kang, when she went by Nicole Mormon, when she went by April Holloway? So you thought she was an attorney for real, and she's your homegirl for 20 years, but every time she shows up to court, she's got a different name of a prominent attorney in Atlanta. Can you reconcile that one for me, please? Hello? It was April Holloway. It was Nicole Mormon. It was Nicholas Benzine. He used about 4 different attorneys' names. Not he and Erica under business that had Nesto and Shirley Strawberry's name attached to it. Okay. Nicole Mormon, Nicholas Benzine, April Holloway. April Holloway showed up to court. Nicole Mormon is in the affidavit stating she don't know them folks. They talked to Nicholas Benzine, another lawyer. He don't know them folks. When the owner of the house that was next door to the house that Nesto was defaulting on, Mark Crawl, Erica Kang sent a cease and desist to Mark Crawl with the name Nicole Mormon on it. Elaine Nicole Mormon. Who is Elaine Nicole Mormon? She's an Atlanta lawyer. She's the lawyer who represented Dirk Banks in Chicago. Okay. After that case, she moved to Atlanta. She's a attorney that Kayla Bumpus talked about, like her first or second time going live, and she was like, I would recommend Nicole Mormon for defense attorney. Da, 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 da. They used prominent lawyers in Atlanta's names. Okay. They're so stupid, these guys. So dumb.
that falls back on her, and that doesn't.
The Josh Jones thing was more like a play that they used, that Lamont called with a fake name. But as far as actually doing business, he didn't really do any business. He made a phony phone call pretending to be a lawyer, but I wouldn't call that as much of a fraud, because we don't know if Josh Jones from Jones, Jones and Jones law firm even exists. But it was more of a, I don't know, a fraudulent phone call misrepresenting himself as a lawyer. But at least Lamont was smart enough to not use a lawyer who actually exists, at least that we know of, right? Um, but yeah, there was that situation with the teacher that he called to pretend to be Josh Jones and get the police report number, because she stated that she reported Nesto for having stolen her vehicle.
That make you guilty of the shit. Because if you really felt honestly but don't respond, that girl was a lawyer, you know what I'm saying? And the bitch is full of tricks. So, but anyway, yeah.
But here's the problem. I got to wait so long to even get that, to prove that.
Not really. The lawyer that you have now, because they did this while you were under your lawyer now, Krell could get that shit thrown out. And then that takes away that whole
I don't think so.
$800,000.
So, the Erica thing, it was cleared up by way of guilty pleas. We counted it up one day. Didn't she have like 18 or 19 felonies and one misdemeanor? It might have been like 18 felonies. I need to count it so I can speak to the actual number, but it was upwards, it was in the teens of felony that she accepted. Um, and they no prossed a few, and it's probably on some, if you mess up, then this and that is going to happen. So basically, she pled guilty to numerous offenses. There's no way that Erica can be guilty and Nesto not guilty. Think about that. Okay. There is no way that Erica King can be guilty and Nesto is not. Hello? Her crimes, some of the crimes that they convicted her of under that RICO were as they relate to Ernest Williams on his behalf and up under his wife's name, Shirley Strawberry. Okay. She knew she wasn't a lawyer. He knew he never paid for fees. He knew he didn't have a contract. He can pretend like he thought Erica was a lawyer all he wants. That is not even a situation that he should even try to sit and testify to. He would sound like a complete fool. You thought she was a lawyer? When did you go to her office? When did you sign a contract? When did you pay for fees? Why is it that when she showed up for court and used several different names, that didn't ring a bell to you? Did you ever look at any of your paperwork? How is it that you have all of these lawyers rolled up into one person? You never met any of these people. Do you know Nicole Mormon? Do you know Nicholas Benzine? When did you meet April Holloway? When did you, like, come on now. Nesto will look like a complete fool. That's absolutely ridiculous. Her taking a plea, her pleading guilty to all of these crimes, and you look at the crime and it has his name on it, his wife's name on it, a place that he's renting on it. Most of the crimes she pled guilty to had something to do with him. She wasn't benefiting from it. He was benefiting from it. Who's benefiting from clearing your wife from a dispossessory, from an eviction, from a house y'all didn't pay rent in for damn 13 months? Who would benefit from that? He would. Because if Shirley gets a damn garnishment, which she did for a shit ton of money, but at the end of the day, it was rents that were never paid. So the people deserve their money. You had people damn squatting in the house. Okay. So Sonya seems to think that they had just left a house that they were damn near squatting in, went to court, showed up with a fake lawyer, and now you have another lease for a house, coincidentally right next door to the person you say you didn't know. You blah blah blah. And guess what? You're not paying rent there either. So now you've got a history. This man has a history of defaulting and evictions and dispossessories. Like Nesto can't get up there and say, I've never defaulted. I pay my rent all the time. I'm a good tenant. You know how many dispossessories? I would need to go and count how many times you will see a Ernest L. Williams being evicted from a place in Fulton County. And that's just Fulton County. Okay. He has no, I don't want to say he has no defense, but it's a pattern. Thank you. It's a pattern. Okay. And some of these were done up under Shirley's name. And whether Shirley knew, I mean, look, getting evicted, not having enough to pay your bills is a situation, but it's going to be, it's probably going to be embarrassing for Shirley to have to get up on the stand or provide an affidavit as to why you are someone who gets paid deep in the six figures and we're not paying rent. Now she could say, well, I made money and my husband was responsible for handling our financial affairs. So as far as I knew, he was paying the bills. That would be all I'd need to hear, because if she thought bills were being paid and he was taking her money and using it to fuck around and fuck off, then that explains, right? Because how are you not paying rent? How are you not paying what you owe, and you are making $400,000 and $500,000 a year? So he was probably stealing her money, where she thought he was paying rent, paying bills, and he was taking the money and fucking off with it. But Sonya can't put that part of the equation together. That's what makes sense. All this other stuff doesn't make sense.
Dollar bond.
Okay.
That's that high bond.
Yes, it is.
Yep. And then the other shit is just, and then what's the name said that he's supposed to get something.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he could ever keep up with Shirley's lifestyle. Shirley is a well-compensated woman who's been in her career for almost 40 years. She's been in radio for a long time. She makes a good income, and I don't know that he could ever afford it. He came in there to rob, steal, and cheat. That might have been all he really needed to keep up with. We don't really know what Shirley knew about what his finances were, other than he appeared to be a businessman who had a barbershop. The barbershop went away after how many years in their relationship? Maybe they were married for a couple of years. The barbershop was already gone. He was shopping for new locations, right? At the end of the day, he wasn't making money like how she made money. So, and maybe she was okay with that. I mean, look at Nesto Shirley 2.0, Jennifer Williams and CG. She's got it in her mind that he makes money. She knows good and well, if he really made money, why is he behind on his damn child support? Come on now. He doesn't have the money.
Tomorrow regarding that girl and all that other shit she talked about, that rape shit.
Oh, okay.
Come on, dude.
He called you?
Yeah, he responded. Because I was like, any progress? And he was like, yeah, I'm supposed to get it tomorrow. So.
Yeah, right.
I said, okay. I said, 'cause court's Monday. That's what I texted him. I said, court is Monday, so what you doing? You can't be no last minute procrastinator on this shit. I called your lawyer. She didn't answer. I sent her another email. So I think maybe that phone number probably went to the courthouse, or her job at the courthouse.
Right.
But I still shot her another email. She didn't come see you today. Like I said, if she don't see you before Monday, that is a continuance.
But I can't get
it.
You
can't go. You got to get a continuance because you don't have proper representation.
Right. Because
they can't hear you, and you never had a meeting with your attorney on this, and you don't have a statement. You never made a formal statement to these charges, so they have nothing they could use.
Right. That's true now. Yeah. All that's true now.
Huh? What'd you say?
No, this is true. This is true.
No, you didn't have a proper time to prepare for the court hearing. So you never had a visit from an attorney, and you don't have anything you don't have a formal statement. Therefore, you had to get a continuance. You are not ready. No fault of yours.
No, it ain't no fault of mine.
And Quayle said that he wasn't representing you. He said it out loud that he was not representing you. He did not do a notice of appearance. Therefore, you don't have, counsel. And I spoke to the other attorney, and I told her that. So the defense through the county knew, because I told her that Quayle's not representing you on those cases.
Right.
Anything after that, anything before January, he's not. He's only representing everything that happened in December on back, because that's when he was hired. He didn't take on a new case.
Okay.
That's what it is, Phil.
Where you headed to?
I'm headed to the house. I just want to talk to you to the mall real quick, and I'm at home now. I'm about to park the car and charge it. I'm about to charge the car real quick.
Oh, you have.
Because I got a lot to do tomorrow, so I got to make sure I got some energy.
Yes,
and I'm gonna ride my bike today. And I'm gonna ride my bike today because my bike is fully charged. So I said, I'm gonna ride my bike today.
Where you riding to?
I don't know, just around. You know what I'm saying? I got a full charge, so
It ain't
I
raining
need
over there.
I need to wear. No, it's wow. Is it raining over there? It's pretty over here.
It was raining over here. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear it through the roof. Yeah, it was raining.
no, it's not raining over here. It's nice. The baseball game was letting out. That was traffic.
Oh, the game already. It was a game already.
Yeah, I'm gonna charge my car. I think I'm gonna see if I got the right ponytail here. If not, I'm gonna go to this other store. And
She
get what I
said,
need.
she said, I'm a,
You don't wear some white hair?
The right. Like
if
yes,
they
like
have the
or
right
wrong.
ponytail hair.
RIGHT.
Okay.
It's
She's
so
got to
silly.
get that right
Yeah.
ponytail hair.
So on top of that, they were supposed to. He said, "Why didn't your attorney file for the I don't know what the stuff they say." He said, "Why didn't his attorney file for discovery and file for the evidence? He's supposed to file for the evidence. Everything that they have, all that shit on their post, he's supposed to file for the evidence. They're supposed to disclose the evidence. So all of that shit on that child piece shit, they're supposed to. He was supposed to file for evidence right then and there. It didn't even have to get to the stage of indictment. As soon as you put me in a complaint, bro, I need the evidence. He could have filed for evidence." He said, "What kind of goddamn attorney he got?" I said, it's just a lot going on. I said, the first he said, look, it's so funny. He said, "Sonya, what did you do?" I was like, before the child piece stuff came up, I was just talking about the probable cause and all of that. And he said, "Now, what did you do?" And I was like, "I ain't been in trouble in 30 years. He started laughing. He was like, "Oh, okay," because he was my criminal attorney with all my cases. He was like, "Oh, okay, I'm just checking."
Her criminal attorney. That's a shame. You're a 50-plus-year-old woman and you call an attorney that you dealt with once upon a time and I guess worked with, right? Worked for. And you call him to ask for a friend, which says that you're still associating with felons, okay? And he wants to know, what did you do? Because he knows you. That's why. And you're 50 and you were in felony situations in your 20s. That's a shame that now in your 50s, you're calling for a friend, which is bad enough because you're still associating with the wrong type of individual. On top of that, he asks you, what'd you do? Okay. What you do? Are you in this?
For a friend. He said, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Man, I don't be in trouble no more."
Can you imagine having a conversation with someone as a grown-ass woman, grandmother, and you have to even say something like, "I don't be in trouble no more"? Ew. How about "I don't be in trouble ever"? How about excuse me? No. This is an odd set of circumstances, but I am calling for a friend and I'm not involved. You know what I mean? Like, seriously?
So basically, I'm just sitting here.
Yes, you are just sitting there. Yes.
From a detective who
yes, you are just
don't know
sitting
what
there.
she's doing, and a thirsty prosecutor who's just taking anything she's saying, and it's not actually a valid case. Or maybe he don't know. I don't know how long he's been a lawyer. Or maybe the prosecutor also just take anything just because they thirsty for cases. It sounds like, to me, it sounds like they profiled you. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, absolutely.
Because damn sure if this is a white man, they damn sure wouldn't have been bothering him like this. It'd have been like, that's civil. That's not probable cause. That's no reason for us to investigate just because he ain't paid rent in 2 months, 3 months.
You got some energy in you right now. You good.
He just loves when she speaks with authority on his cases, but his dumb behind doesn't realize how she doesn't know what she's talking about. CW, thank you so much for gifting a friend. I appreciate that so much. Miss J, thank you for the sticker. And a lady, Sonya can't see, he has her playing attorney too now. She's dumb. She's dumb. She's dumb, dumb. Miss J, thank you. CW, Brown Eyed, April, Houston Foodie, thank you for supporting. All of you guys, thank you so much, y'all.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Because the quicker we get this shit out the way, then the quicker we get all of this bullshit out the way, the quicker you get your freedom.
So basically, you're saying that you knew you was right, but you needed to be confirmed. That's
I knew I was right, but it's always good to get a second opinion, and a third opinion, and a fourth opinion. So, like I said, he been a criminal attorney for all of my 450.
How is this going to help the situation? Because you know you're right. So how is this going to help the situation? That's for a person going to be able to listen to what you're saying.
Because all I got to do is put the conversation to your attorney's ear. You already know. So when he come and visit you, for some reason, he missed the loophole, just like, I guess, the prosecutor. Because, again, your attorney's supposed to catch everything. Because, again, they will charge you and withhold righteousness just on the strength that they don't give a fuck. They're not going to do it the right way. They're just going to do it the reckless way. Your attorney's supposed to catch all of that shit and get it thrown out. And if he don't catch it, they're going to let it ride and let you get charged unlawfully. Again, like I said, they don't give a shit. All of that stuff is that you and the girlfriend thing with the money, that's straight up civil. That could never be criminal. Boyfriend and girlfriend, people that fuck around personally, money transfers all the time. If somebody break up or stop talking to somebody or they fall out and they want their shit back, it's civil. It's never criminal because you willfully gave it to the person. Did he snatch it from you? No. Did he go in your purse and take it? No. Did he go in your drawer and take it? No, I gave it to him. Okay, that's civil. You gave it to him.
What did he say about the first one, the one I'm going for Monday? Did you ask him about that?
I ain't asking about the rapist is at this point he say, she say, and character behind the person, that's saying it. Is this person? Because there's no pictures of like abuse, black eye, or strangulation, like anything that can prove it was forced or abusive type of an act, which most rapes is.
Where is she getting this information from?
Black eyes, neck, because they're beating their victims usually. So, and then she didn't go to the hospital immediately. Again, the only thing that's going to help that case right now,
how do you know she didn't go to the hospital? Everything is not in the affidavit. We don't know if she went to the hospital. We don't know. Everything is not going to be. She's so stupid.
He say, she say, is the conversations y'all were having around that time it happened. Because of
and she may or may not have gone to the hospital. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be taken as a serious charge, obviously, right?
Conversation was, I'm mad at you. I can't believe you did that to me. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Then that proves on one hand, in a sense, that, she lying. And if one, it's already questionable because why are you still around this man 2-3 years after the fact? That don't make sense. If somebody forced me out texting me and I feel like it's
okay, does she know? Does this lawyer know that?
Your lawyer does know that. I had that conversation with her about all of that. I did have a conversation with her. I don't know. I didn't ask her if she was writing shit down, but me and her spoke, like I said, for like an hour about it.
Yeah, maybe now.
Yeah, I'm sitting on my bed now. Hold on.
He's so happy he has a little slow advocate.
You didn't take all that shit out that quick.
Yes,
he is so happy he got himself like a little slow, dumb advocate secretary. Okay.
Took my shorts off that fast. I got on panties and a t-shirt.
Oh, she said armed robbery is not violent. She said that's just using a gun. She said that's not really violent. She can see everything except for armed robbery being violent. Okay. She's dumb. Yeah, she's so stupid. Girl, a mess. I understand what you were saying. Nasty gotta like men to mess with her. Zesty mask. She's very masculine in a feminine way, right? She has a feminine quality about her, like on the outside, but she's very much she hates women. She hates herself, therefore she hates us. Okay.
It's so fucking common. That's the thing. But again, like all you got to do with that whole thing is with the investigation part of, like I said, when she's ready to go to court, to say how thorough was the investigation, or you just went and let this girl say all of this stuff and you just took it as what she said. Did you investigate her character? You know, the fact that she's a known liar, she's on drugs, like all of this stuff. What kind of investigation did you do on this alleged victim first and foremost before you just run with it? And then, too, the question that anybody would say is, she a grown-ass woman with a slick-ass mouth. Ain't no fucking way she's scared of this dude who doesn't have a violent history. That's just crazy. But again, character witnesses. And then text messages. You got to have your phone to see what the phone conversation was between you.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to have that quick now.
Well, right, you're not. But at the same time, you still can at the time. You can still throw a motion for dismissal any time between the court hearings. Because any day a person is unlawfully in jail or being held on something, you can always ask to be released and dismissed. That's one thing. You can't say, oh, no, wait till next month when we go to court on that. No, I'm innocent. I didn't do this. You go all the proof. Well, let's just, no. Because right now you haven't been convicted. It's harder when you're convicted. Then they want to get you to run around and do all this time thing. Well, he's already been convicted, so now you got to ask for this, that. You haven't been convicted of anything. Therefore, it's easier to say this because they don't want to, on this end, unlawfully hold or detain anybody on some bullshit. And then they'll go back to say to the prosecutor, what evidence on this do you guys actually have? Well, she just made a statement. Okay, did you investigate her statement? Did y'all ask character witness to see how valid she is, how truthful this person is? You know, because just because a guy is, and like I said, all of that other shit is civil. That's not his history. If he doesn't have a sexual history.
All of that is.
So what are we talking?
He doesn't have a sexual history. I'm sorry. She doesn't she doesn't have a sexual history. How do you know? How do you know he doesn't? You only know what he's told you. And there's plenty of people who do stuff for a long time and don't ever get caught. All they need, sometimes there's people, all they need to do is mess up and they put that DNA in the computer and girl, all kinds of stuff starts popping up. Okay. How many murders and crimes have been solved by a friend or family member? Not a friend, but let's say a family member, cousin, sibling doing a 23andMe. Okay. You got people who have left DNA, and guess what? They've never been arrested. They've never gotten incarcerated, or they've never gotten to the point where they took a DNA sample from them. And you have a family member do a 23andMe, and now all of a sudden they're solving a cold case. Stop playing.
About when with this shit.
Yes, I did get your other screenshot.
Did you get my other screenshot?
Yep, I did get that, boo boo. How you like call other people nickname, but you don't like everybody call you nickname? That's a strange. You know you be talking some crash shit. Now, which one is it?
No, you can call me whatever you want to call me because I like
you. Don't like that though. You don't like motherfucker call you.
Here's what I don't like. You know why I don't like that? Because I feel like the dude got a whole bunch of women, and instead of fucking up the names, they just call everybody baby. And that way they don't fuck the name up.
Okay, well then that's what I just trying to figure out. But what kind of nickname? I don't like that shit because
she's always putting down victims, and she basically calls out people to be liars, and everyone is setting Nesto up. Everybody can't be setting Nesto up, and I'm sorry, the phrase is holding true. When there's smoke, there's fire. Okay. And everybody can't be lying. Everyone didn't just come together and have a let's blame Nesto party. Okay.
Sound real to me. That's
it does sound fake, I guess, if the person don't have it.
I don't like it, but but I can tell if it's genuine. Now, I can tell, but some people are so used to saying that shit, whoever they got in their circle or whatever they got going on at that moment. But to me,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's all. That's it. I just never did that. Never liked that because it was just fake to me.
Oh, you got that other nickname. I seen your nickname for your wifey.
Oh, I made that up. Yeah, I made that up. You know what I mean? And everywhere I went, motherfuckers was mad at that shit right there. Because then after I figured it out, all I wanted to be that person. But I didn't know that till they go to popping it. See? Yeah, they let me know what was going on. Yeah. But that's season over with. You know, everybody got season, so that season is time for something.
Season is over.
Yeah. So I can't go back to the old season. I got to stick with the new now. Because whatever it is, certain things get washed out the water. What? You getting horny?
No, I was looking at this. I was looking at something.
You getting horny.
So are you excited?
Horny. Nesto is, I mean, look, at least he's still curious about sex. I'm just going to say it like that.
What? You getting horny?
No, I was looking
You
at
getting
this.
horny.
I was
What? You getting horny?
No, I was looking at
horny.
This. I was
You getting
looking at
horny.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Ew, hearing him say that is so disgusting. Ooh, you getting horny. Keon say you getting horny.
What? You getting horny?
No, I was looking
You getting horny.
What? You getting horny?
No, I was looking
You
at
getting
this.
horny.
What? You getting horny?
No, I was looking at this. I was looking at something. Hold on.
So
A
are you
mess.
excited about tomorrow?
Am I excited about who? Seeing you tomorrow?
No, your concert. You know that too.
I was excited about seeing you tomorrow. The concert is, yeah, you know what? It is because I actually loved them when I went to go see them about 10, 11, 12 years ago. What year is this? 23. So I saw them probably about 11, 12 years ago was the last time I saw this group. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm excited, you know.
Okay. What you on, but? By the way, is that did you check and see, is that the lawyer supposed to have next week? Did they appoint me to that?
Hold on, let me look on that.
Did they appointed me to that?
Let me see what they got for the lawyer for you. How's your Saturday? Boring as fuck.
Yeah, I'm getting past it. I've been watching some history channels about our Black history, what's going on, and talking about now. So I'm watching that kind of stuff now. That's free.
What's your my computer stupid? Hold on. He's my ratchetness. What's on your book?
What's on my book? What you gave me? The same shit.
No, you didn't use any of it?
No, I did use it. I bought me a bunch of cosmetics once I figured I want to go anywhere.
I bought me a bunch of cosmetics. It sounded like he said cosmetics.
I bought me a bunch of cosmetics once I figured I
Cosmetics.
What's on my book? What you gave me? The same shit.
No, you didn't use any of it?
No, I did use it. I bought me a bunch of cosmetics once I figured.
You didn't use any of it?
No, I did use it. I bought me a bunch of cosmetics once I figured I want to go on.
I bought me a bunch of cosmetics.
No, I did use it.
Who said pecans? I bought me a bunch of cosmetics.
Shit.
No, you didn't use any of it?
No, I did use it. I bought me a bunch of cosmetics once I figured I want to go on anywhere. So let me go get because I changed.
You bought you some what?
Cosmetics. Cosmetics.
Cosmetics. Yeah, he said cosmetics.
Yeah.
You said cosmetics. I'm like, huh? You wearing makeup now, boo?
He said, you wearing makeup now, boo? Sonya, your man wears rouge and blush and lip gloss. Cosmetics.
Don't do that. Huh? You wearing makeup? Oh, toiletries.
Yeah.
You said cosmetics.
He's walking around with his t-shirt tied up and his jumpsuit tight and his lips just a glistening and his sideburns swoop back with some gel.
I'm like, huh? You wearing makeup now?
Cosmetics.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Some Ruby Woo lips.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Some
Hell,
Carmetta.
you hell on the wheel.
Don't do that.
Well, that's what I meant then. I meant about me some more.
Look, don't do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
gross.
hold on. Yeah, they got you as her as a lead attorney. On this case, it says Hannah Rondeau, lead attorney.
Not Hannah Rondeau. Okay. It's the Hannah Rondeau for me. Okay. Can she read? It says Rondon, Rondon, but she said Hannah Rondeau. Okay.
Her as a lead attorney. On this case, it says Hannah Rondeau, lead attorney. Public defender
Rondeau.
on the rate.
Okay.
She's on there.
Okay.
She's on there. And then you got 7-7. That happened already, right? Yeah, 7-7, first appearance. 7-10, that happened. 7-26, that happened. And then they say 7:31, 9:30 in the morning, preliminary hearing.
Put her name on it.
Her name's on the case. Yeah.
Okay. All of them or just that one?
Well, that's the only one I looked at. That's the only one I think you got hearing tomorrow. Let me see. Let me see. 407 charge.
Is that in magistrate? Is that magistrate?
They got Craig Lewis on the pornography.
Okay.
Is that what?
Is that a magistrate court judge I'm going to? Is that a superior court? Because that case they say you don't go to no magistrate on that kind of charge. Remember they said, oh, these charges come, this court can't even handle it.
Hold on. It just says complaint room, preliminary hearing. Doesn't say that it's anywhere other than it just says complaint room. There's no
What did you think? What you think judge gonna do? Keep it, throw it away, or move it on?
It depends what the argument is when they go in front of them, because she didn't spoke or did anything. She don't really have an argument. She wants to do a continuance so that she can get her argument. It's all about the argument.
Right. It's all about the argument.
And then too, I mean, I feel like what's going to happen is so when she goes to the detective and asks the detective, what serious investigation have you done so far to bring these charges up other than the person coming in there saying something? Because you got a lot of angry women that say a lot of things when they're mad at somebody. And this woman has had an ongoing relationship with this man since 2019, maybe before, but 2019 is about the farthest we can go back with her statement. So what are you basing the truth of this on? Because, in this type of situation, we keep hearing it's all, like I said, it's all of these ball players, rappers, they get accused of rape all the time, like every other month. You hearing somebody.
Shit on TV. I just seen some shit on TV.
Yeah. So at this point, what is the seriousness of the investigation did you do before you try to put this out here? Because it's all over the news. You're ruining a person's reputation. It's out that and that whole. I mean, between that and the animal minor situation, it's like that.
Yeah,
but
killed it.
I mean, you can always come back when you come out of there and do a nice little interview, have a TV interview with somebody, and rebound. You could rebound. And I would suggest we do one now.
Who is trying to interview? Okay. You could do a nice little TV interview. Nobody's caring to interview you. They'll talk to Shirley. They're not talking to you. And then this is where this idea is birthed of, and we need to do one now. So July 29th, she's over here introducing, and we need to get these interviews popping.
Shit.
We need to do one now. Shit.
For real.
What you gonna do? You're gonna be standing right there trying to help rebound. What you gonna do?
I'm trying to help you now. Bring the fuck down.
He's so ghetto. He thinks that this is so cute, but he's nothing but hurt because Shirley dumped his ass. Okay? He's nothing but hurt because Shirley dumped his ass, and he thinks it's cute that he's got a ride or die, pick me slow chick who will do anything and try to make lemonade out of this bum.
I know it. Japan is some bra.
trying to save your ass from this bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Crazy. It's crazy as fuck.
I love to hear you energized. I like to hear that. I like to hear you talk. When you get down and down, I don't like that part.
Uh,
You know.
save a brother, save a brother.
Whoa, man, I feel like I'm goddamn in slavery shackles on, boy.
I definitely need the phone conversation because that's gone.
He said he feels like he's in slavery shackles.
Shackles on, boy.
I definitely need the phone conversation because that's gonna save a lot of this because that's gonna set the mood. Save a brother, save a brother.
Whoa, man, I feel like I'm goddamn in slavery shackles on, boy.
Slavery
Whoa,
shackles
man, I
on.
feel like I'm goddamn in slavery shackles on, boy. Whoa, man, I feel like I'm goddamn in slavery shackles on, boy.
I definitely need the phone conversation because that's gonna save a lot of this because that's gonna set the mood of the
Close your legs to married men.
relationship.
Close your
So when they talking
legs.
about trafficking a person for sexual servitude, you know, and raping. Yeah, so I mean, the conversation is gonna tell it all. Like, if she's talking about what's up, boo, and what's da 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 and all that, it's gonna be like, okay, does that sound like she's intimidated?
Not save a
She
Dusty.
getting sexually trapped. Like, the shit's gotta make sense.
It's gotta make sense.
It's gotta make sense. So ain't nobody coming hanging around nobody. Like I said, from 2019, 2022, June. You know, right before he got locked up on this bullshit.
I just hope he ain't bullshit lying on that shit, talking about he got something ain't got nothing. That's what that.
You going better than me. I just met the dude. I know one thing. He ain't came through with nothing he ever said he was gonna do. Because he told me, I got that $100 for you. All right, dude. Where you at?
And this is true. And did you tell him that?
You can't run 100. What else you gonna do?
Yeah.
And he said the thing. I didn't say, you know, he was well, you know, da 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 da. I put 100 on his book, you know. Oh well, I got $100. Oh yeah, you've been saying that for.
Just like he said the tone, say what he got.
Yeah, I mean, so be the tell. You saying it and not coming through don't make it a good situation. Because what you gonna say when all this is over and done with? Oh man, you know I tried because I said, okay, well, now once you ever,
but he knows.
Yeah, now once you ever show up with it, because if I'm out of town, Sydney in town. You know, so, and I told him he can go to Chase Bank and deposit the money in my Chase. If you can't run into me, you can go get a money order and take it to Chase. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. You ain't dead shit. We done made every type of ability for you to do this, and you have yet to do it. Also, too, so the house that y'all lived at the time, y'all got a lease, right? But you ain't got, was that lease in your name or her name or both y'all names?
Which one you talking about?
Where you really lived at during this time, where they trying to say, where they trying to put you in Roswell?
No, it was in hers.
So he's saying it was in hers. So Shirley's name. They're talking about Bent Creek Manor, but Bent Creek Manor, you were there. You had a 2-year lease, and y'all didn't pay rent for like 13, 14 months.
It was in hers, not mine.
Her name only?
Yeah.
Shit, she ain't cooperating.
No. I'm not worrying about that part because his part is called subpoena. So motherfucker got to come and tell the truth if anything come down like that now. So I'm not worried.
Okay, well, tell the truth about what look, at the end of the day, Shirley is considered a victim, and that's on everything that we've seen. Shirley is considered a victim, and Erica King has pled guilty to all of the situations revolving around her dealings of defrauding Judge Ashley and the other judge that she sat in front of. I can't think of the other person's name. There were 2 judges that Erica King sat in front of using April Holloway's name. She sent out legal mail to Mark Kroll concerning Erica King using the name Eileen Mormon and Nicholas Benzine. All of those things were not in Erica King's interest. They were in your interest, you and Shirley's. Okay. So yeah, Shirley is definitely cooperating. That's why you got the bigamy too. So at the end of the day, this is going to be a shit show.
Worrying about that part.
Well, what Krill need to do is get
We're not gonna talk no more. Let's not talk no more.
what's so crazy, and I guess that's why sometimes it's better to have a female attorney than a male attorney, because
Thank you.
females
Thank you.
we be on some specifics. Men, like your attorney, had he been a woman, even though had he been a woman, he'd have been on that shit. Like, I didn't think about that other shit till I read your charges. Once I read your warrants and kept seeing how they kept going to that damn probable cause bullshit, I'm sitting here like, first of all, that ain't even a fucking crime. So your probable cause got to be a crime in order for you to take it any further. And anything that's found on your probable cause, and your probable cause is not a real one, it's got to be, what is that word? They say, I looked all of that shit up, insubmissive, meaning everything they found with that damn warrant, they got to throw it out because they didn't have true probable cause. Being late on rent, even though we already know that you didn't really rent it, but that's neither.
You have 1
That just proves how your code.
minute remaining.
Right. Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, tell me tonight.
Okay, we talked
What's
enough.
tonight? I'm
Okay, I'm
Yeah, 'cause
tired.
tomorrow I'm gonna be busy.
You're funny.
Okay, enough strategy for now. Let's
tell me
not talk
tonight.
about that no more. Let's not talk about that no more.
Tell me tonight. If I'm on my bike, it ain't gonna be till
Okay,
maybe
maybe
8
10
o'clock.
o'clock, 10.
10. Yeah, I'll be in the house by 10 if I go out.
Let's not talk about it no more.
I love you.
I love you too.
I hope you feel better.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I do.
All
Love you.
right. Yeah. Yeah. And yes, you don't have to give me one of them corny ass niggas.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
She's a trash can ass female. That's pretty much it. I hate to even call her a woman these days because she's like a sorry excuse for a woman. She is I mean, it's disgusting. Anyway, I mean, gosh, there's just no coming back from a lot of the things that she says. It's just absolutely disgusting. But I love hearing them talk about the case. I'm not going to lie. When they start going in about the case, baby, I love to hear about it because it's going to be a shit show. They have to sit and present witnesses. They're going to have Natalie Fields. They're going to have I guess it'll be a good idea to kind of understand what the case is going to look like. I guess from opening statements, we'll hear what they have to say, but I expect they're just going to kind of go down the list and it's going to be like, Nesto, this is your life. And he's going to see people he hasn't seen in a long time who have lots of stories to tell about the bullshit he's been doing. And they're going to get him on a history and a pattern and also receipts. Everything is there going to be a receipt for it? No, but everybody can't be lying. When you have the dog and pony show walk into the courtroom and everyone has a story and some people have receipts, but you also have bank statements, internet tracking, you got people coming and crying and all of those things. You've got cars in repossession. You have documents that are invalid. You have fake VIN numbers. You have all kinds of nefarious behavior. Everybody can't be lying. And then on the totality of that, that's where you're going to get that conviction. So he can sit and think that there's not enough evidence or none of this makes no sense. How did they tie all this in together? He's going to have to sit and wait to hear the opening statement, and they're going to have to scramble to figure out a defense other than, and it's going to be Judge Dunaway saying, okay, Mr. Hoover, are you putting on a defense? And hear what they have to say. Who is going to be able to say, you know what, I was there when he met with the real estate agent. I was the other customer there when he met the teacher / Mary Kay lady. I was at the gas station at the Walmart when the truck was parked at the Walmart parking lot. I like who is going to, where's his witnesses? Who is he going to have speak and vouch for him and what he's got? It seems like he does a lot in the dark. Okay. He seems to do a lot in the dark and a lot of stuff behind his own back. Who is he going to have it's funny how you have when you have guilty ass people, they don't have nobody showing up at the court. Again, last week, that court case, girl, they had one witness outside of a professional paid witness. A old lady who seemed to have some snap about her, but damn it, ma'am didn't know that lady at all. Okay? She didn't have anybody, which was pretty sad. Who is coming to say, you know what, I was there when that went down and I recall it a little bit different? There's nobody. And his text messages and his email are going to speak for a lot, because if he was going back and forth with that lady, any of those women on email, in text messages, hey, I'm coming over. Hey, can I borrow this amount? Hey, do you want to get this work done? That work never happens. And you're doing that all over town. It's a wrap. But we're going to see how it pops off. Okay. I never heard him discuss anyone who could speak up for him. Nobody. 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 Okay. Nobody, baby. Nobody. I wonder, I mean, look, maybe he's going to have Laverte and Dion come speak for him. I don't know if Lamont is going to be able to. We still don't know who is the unidentified co-conspirator. He knows. It's in his discovery. They sent a memo with the name of the unindicted co-conspirator. Okay. We know it's not Dre. Dre's not involved in any of that business, but I wonder if it's Lamont. Okay, hold on a second. Hola. Okay, somebody is spamming a little bit in okay. In Facebook. Okay. And Sonya wouldn't be able to give him the answers. Nope. Mm-hmm. I haven't checked. I don't. An unindicted co-conspirator doesn't necessarily mean that you are locked up or arrested. I don't know if he is outside of what's going on with Nesto. But there are people, like, for instance, you might be able to say that Jennifer Soto, her daughter, was killed by Stefan Stearns. She hasn't been charged, but she could be a unindicted co-conspirator. She very well could potentially be indicted for creating pathways rather than barriers and obstacles to protect her child from a grown ass man she had in her house who was helping himself to her child. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So they could call her a unindicted co-conspirator because they know that she made it easy for him. Okay? Now, where they're going to see that she broke the law may come into play when they get him into court and figure out what he did. And if he takes the stand, if he wants to drop T on her to see if they can get her, just like any of you guys who've been keeping up with the Adelson case. You got the brother, aka the son, Charlie Adelson. Mom's in court now. Wendy, they're waiting for Wendy for last. Is Wendy's husband who got killed. Wendy's husband got killed by her brother's girlfriend's ex-boyfriend and his Latin King friend. So they got two Pookies and the girlfriend. They did them first, then Charlie, then Wendy. They didn't do a whole Rico and round everybody up. It's been 10 years since the husband was killed, and they have 4 life sentences. and they're waiting. They're doing Wendy. Wendy's got delayed due to some technical situation I'm not going to go into, but after the first of the year, she could be going back to getting her trial. And every trial, they have gotten more and more information, and they openly call Wendy a unindicted co-conspirator. It's just a matter of time. Okay. It's just a matter of time. Right now, maybe they still feel like it's circumstantial, but the T is that Charlie could be dropping a dime on everybody. Okay. Charlie don't like being in jail, and he might be dropping the TT on his mama and his sister. They might start turning against each other. So we're gonna see how that goes. But anyway. Okay. Guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I got to handle some business. I'm going to try my hardest to come back. Girl, it's delayed due to some technical difficulties. I don't want to go into the whole thing, but she had a situation with her lawyer, and it's all very technical, but she has to get a new legal team. So we'll see how that pans out. My point in mentioning that is the fact that they are prosecuting one by one, and they're making them wait. And we don't know who the unindicted co-conspirator is. It could be Dominique. It could be anybody. I don't even want to really name any names because we don't know where Dominique is, aka Alasia Alexander. We don't know what Lamont's got going on, but there is unindicted co-conspirator. There's somebody that they have that, and it wouldn't be Erica King, because Erica King is not unindicted, and she is also convicted. She is a convicted felon, and she's already been convicted in this crime. So it can't be Erica King. So there's somebody out here, and Nesto knows who it is. And maybe since they have possibly gone through some of the discovery, he knows exactly who it is. And maybe that's why he's so scared to talk now. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not talking about nothing. I can't say nothing. He knows who the unindicted co-conspirator is because it's on his discovery. I think it was in his Discovery 2 package, right? He knows exactly who it is. And maybe that's what's got him shook. He should know. If he is reviewing his case with his attorney, he should know. I can't, I don't know. I haven't seen. We'll know when they go to court. That's when we'll find out. I don't know. I mean, we would have to, what does Sonya? I mean, we don't know. If let's just say it like this: if in fact Sonya was the unindicted co-conspirator, he wouldn't be talking to her on the phone, and they would not have her in the courthouse. So I would say process of elimination, and they would know it's her because it was delivered in the part 2 discovery certification. If they knew it was her, do you think they would have her? They wouldn't have her at the courthouse. They wouldn't have her delivering clothes. They would not have her in the mist, and he would not be talking to her, right? So we just kind of have to use our deductive reasoning to now. It doesn't mean that they don't have anything for Sonya. I don't really know, but if she were on the level of a co-conspirator, she wouldn't be anywhere near Nesto at the courthouse, or anything like that. Tuh. But for what? What would she be arrested for if it all of a sudden came out that she was the brains behind everything? You know what I'm gonna say? I don't know if it's him or not, but it would really be a plot twist if all of a sudden the unindicted co-conspirator is someone we never even heard of, and they've got the mother lode of information. Okay. That's what's going to be the plot twist in all of it. Um, We have no idea who it is. You know, Erica King could have a idea, um, because it's her hard drives, a lot of the information. I mean, she could. No, I don't even want to say. Yeah, I don't think he has anything to do with that. He's on the straight and narrow. Um, girl. His son. I don't know. Whose house is he trying to steal? Lamont has been missing in action for a minute. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. Leave you with something to think about. So you guys put your theories down below. Um, Daryl, from what I've heard, um, is on the straight and narrow. He's, you know, he has a responsible job. He's a square, yeah, not square in a bad way, but he's more like us, law abiding, professional, all of those things. And we've never, you know, he's not trying. Clearly, to me, I got more that he just wasn't trying to be involved. He came to show some support, and maybe he realized also that, you know what, maybe I don't want to be in that deep. He went, he showed some support, and he took off. And you know what, I got to give Daryl a lot of credit, because Daryl showed up where his own blood has not. And I know that's a, I don't want to say hot topic, but that's an interesting, you know, everyone's got an interesting kind of take on whether family should have shown up or not, that you wouldn't do it or show up or this, that, and the third. But his kids haven't shown up. When he was married, his wife never showed up. Nobody has showed up no one has showed up, but this chick. Okay. No one has his son, his bestie who lives in town never showed up. His son, Lamont, all these people, his daughter, none of his daughter that speaks to him, nobody, not even just once in over 2.5 years. Even before they would have known that this stuff would have ended up on the internet, nobody at all. So it's a mess. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. Have a good afternoon. I'll see you guys later. Oh, wait a second. I just connected. Someone said trying to steal that lady's house. You talking about the lady in Ohio? Why would they arrest? I'm sure you're just joking, but they probably wouldn't try to arrest Sonya in Georgia for the lady's house in Ohio, but we don't know how far she went with that. Maybe she is doing something with that. I do not know. But yeah, that's interesting. I was like, whose lady's house are you talking about? So the lady that she was trying to do the quick claim on in Ohio. I got you. I just connected on that one. I don't know. Does anyone know anything about Sonya trying to get that house back from underneath that lady that I guess maybe belonged to her dad? I'm not really sure. I don't know anything about it, but if anybody does, comment down below. Let us know what you know. Okay.
You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's